Hello, people of the internet. So, got plenty of time today to tear into the short block and start getting the rest of everything stripped down so that I can take my measurements and then, do the big parts order that has to be done. So, yeah, let's get to it. All right, so as you can see, most everything is disconnected. I haven't undone any of this stuff yet because, see if I can get this microphone down here. I'll put it on this side, maybe it won't have radio noise or fan noise, but that's not, camera got stuck. That's not promising. And the funny thing is, the engine wasn't making any noise prior. Good oil pressure, like 25 pounds hot idle. Cold would be 60 cruising and stuff like that, and then hot would be 40 pounds general cruising. Usage didn't matter, high speed, low speed, it was 40 pounds as long as it wasn't at idle. So oil pump was working, that's good. So yeah, I think I'm just going to put this on the stand. I'm not going to film anything. I'm going to start taking stuff apart. We'll come back and look at the bearings here in a couple minutes. All right, so hopefully everything's kind of sort of in shot. I've already gone across, and they're on all the journals. Nothing grabs. It's a little rough on number one, but it's just a little rough. It's nothing a little emery cloth can't pick up. My nail doesn't actually grab it. Remember, before you take your rods out, if they're not already labeled, you want to mark which rods go where if you plan on reusing them, how they go together. So what I'll do is, in between the split, is I usually put cylinder number on the top and the bottom of the split, and I know that when I'm putting the cap on, number goes to number, that sort of thing. Let's see here. This isn't going to be perfect. This should get me a close idea of what I'm dealing with on the rod bearing journal here. Looking for like 48.9 millimeter all the way to 49, pretty much even. That's definitely 49. I believe it's actually supposed to be like 49.005 is the max. And you usually want to do this with the crankshaft out too, so not getting the best that it could be, but again, that's not doing too bad. So I think we might actually be okay on the crank. Let me check cylinder one here. Not really in the shot. There we go. And I did put a pry bar here on the counterweights around the thrust and pried in both directions, and I get minimal movement there. And when I grab the snout I get no up and down or side to side play, so I'm pretty confident in the main bearings. And again, yeah. So I'm pretty confident in these journals anyway. I think I might have gotten stupidly lucky and caught this before anything significant started to happen, which isn't my normal luck, but I'll take it. Let's see here. I also, that's not a very good shot, is it? There we go. I also did double check the cylinder walls, and they've got some burnt oil residue down at the bottom by the oil squirters, but there are no significant scratches anywhere on the cylinder walls, so the cylinders could be honed pretty easily, I believe. All the pistons have really good connecting rod or wrist pin movement, which is great. These were already marked, so got them in order. This one's actually from this one's cylinder 3, and we will look at the bearing. Always keep rags. Always have them handy. And let's see here. Can you see that? That's what we're dealing with. Again, nothing's catching. I don't remember if the OEM bearings are like tricolor bearings or not, but you can see, let's see here, maybe you can see it, maybe I can get it close enough. You can see it's getting pretty end of life. It's getting pretty rough. I will have to plastic gauge everything, but it's standard operating procedure. I do not have any plastic gauge right now, so I got to go get some. I don't know if you can see, pretty much all 4 cylinders look like that. And then number, okay. Volvo was nice enough to pre-number the connecting rods and main caps for me, so I was just looking to make sure I got it matched up properly. Yeah. So, fun times, right? Okay, it's just going to be like that. All right. Again, sorry about the fans. Let me get somewhere where maybe there's less fan. Okay. That's not really what you want to find. I don't like it when connecting rods are that wibbly wobbly all over the place. So I need to get plastic gauge. Can't really do much else without plastic gauge right now because I need to be able to check clearances and things like that. I found no broken rings, no damaged cylinder wall. So I'm still, don't know why I was getting so much leak down through the cylinders. I mean, unless, just washed it out and they stopped sealing or something like that. Let me see here. Yeah, this is piston 1. And everything's intact. Yeah, it's got some scuff marks on it, but I've seen a lot worse. Everything's in one piece. None of the rings are falling apart. So I don't know. I do know that right now in current year 2026, current year 2026, some of the engine parts are getting to be more limited supply, and it's more economical for me to actually buy brand new Mall premium pistons with rings, because they're pistons, rings, wrist pin, than to go and buy a set of rings domestically. The only place I can find them in a standard size. Now I can find them oversized pretty well, but the only place I can find them in standard bore right now is IPD, and they're genuine Volvo, and they're like $20 more than the piston assembly. So that don't make good sense. But they are genuine Volvo, so you know. And I'm not super worried about using the mauls. I like maul pistons, or male piston, or however you want to pronounce it. And they actually, it's cast into those Volvo pistons. It says Volvo, but it also says maul next to it. So they're the OEM supplier of pistons. I'm really not super worried about it. So I need to get some plastic gauge. I need to figure out some stuff, because if the connecting rod, I really wanted a plastic gauge in today, but I'm not having it. So if the connecting rods can be spec'd out with a set of standard size bearings, just a replacement set, because the journals are within spec, don't need to be turned, and they feel really good. I just clean them up with a little emery cloth, not a big deal. I think we're still on our way to doing a pretty standard rebuild. Just wasn't super happy about the wiggly jiggly jangling connecting rods there. That's not what you want to find. So everybody get out, have fun, and go do something you like.